Well. What is going on, ladies and gents? I hope you're doing well. Good to see everybody. What's up? Let me check the chat. Let's see here. Who's in my chat? Let me refresh on this. There we go. We got Big Mike in the building. What up, my brother? Good to see you. Meds, what's up, brother? John. Ice Queen Gaming, who also has been a member for 24 months. Thank you very much, Ice Queen Gaming. Good to see you. Briar, what's going on? Who else in here? We got Capono. What up? We got Sean in here. What's up? Where have I been hiding? Hiding, he says. Oh, boy. Here we go. All right, so good to see everybody, man. Before I get into all this stuff, unravel, I guess, what's been going on with me as well, too. Well, we're going to start with that. But before we start, getting to the nitty-gritty of what's been happening, let's just get to it. What's up, Aaron? So, 2 weeks ago, I guess, right? 2 weeks ago, we were supposed to do RGT. I was about to go live, and your boy got hit with a scare. Literally, my chest was super, super tight. My heart rate was super high, and I literally didn't feel like I could do anything. So I put the post out on Twitter, and obviously here, the odds are I might be heading to the hospital just to get checked up, see what's up. Make a long story short, we're fine. But I have been avoiding all types of, really anything that causes stress. That's why I've been quiet on social media, haven't dropped any content, haven't focused on RGT. I didn't really care about it, to be honest with all you guys in the chat. When you have scares like this, you don't really think about everything that you've been doing. You don't think about that stuff. You really put that stuff off to the side. And that's really what I did. I didn't really do anything. I flat out took my time, sat back, and just really lied low, I guess you can say. Was going to stream some games. I was like, nah, I don't even want to get into that type of thing. Let me just sit back. You know what I mean? Let me just do that. And that's basically what's been going on with me personally. Now that I'm back here, I feel a lot better. I mean, shit. Feel great, actually. I actually feel energized for a change. First time ever, I feel energized to actually make actual content. Something that's been lacking. But, nah, that's what's been going on. I literally took that time away. Didn't focus on anything. Didn't really care as much. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, you would see that I've mostly either been retweeting things or really, that's really all I've been doing is really retweeting stuff. I haven't really been made a single post at all about anything aside from just those two. I did give you guys an update, though, for it, but that's about it. So that's what's been going on with yours truly. And happy to be back. Good to be back. Mr. Francisco, appreciate the subscribe. Appreciate it. Rob Jones, member for 4 months. Shout out to channel members. But shout out to Rob. He says, what's up, Bit? Glad you're here and back, man. RGT, baby. Oh, yeah, we'll be back Friday. We'll be back. We ain't missing. We're not missing those. I think everyone should delete their Twitter. Nothing positive about it. See, there is positives to Twitter. There's a lot of positives towards it. But as of late, there isn't a lot of positives because everybody's quick to just throw nonsense out here in tweets or just harass developers over. And that's where Twitter is gonna. I mean, granted, now you can basically pay to get your tweets actually be seen, and this is making Twitter even more unbearable for a lot of content creators. Well, not content creators, but for a lot of people in the industry, it makes Twitter a lot more unbearable. That's literally, however, what you're going to see a lot of on here. When you want to see the positive side of Twitter, it's tough to get to that. You see what I'm saying? It's tough, especially when you got Twitter Spaces and you got the fact that this platform, that platform, it's just so open to other things. So I don't blame you on your comments towards it. Big Mike says, glad you're feeling better. Yeah, I feel great. Destiny Tuesday. Yeah, that is all you post. That is all you post. I'm blown away. That's all you post on there. You don't post nothing else on Twitter. My brother, MV Dub, a member for 25 months. Damn, shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good to be back, man. Good to be back. So now we got the health situation out the way. You guys know what's up with me. You know, I'm good. Let's get into, well, let's just get back into what's been going on here, shall we? So I've seen, no, hold up. Got another alert here. Shout out to John, member for 13 months. Shout out to y'all. Do I even know how to work this damn thing still? Hold on. Does this thing even work anymore? I'm not sure. Let's see. Does it work? Probably does. There you go. I don't know if y'all heard that. Shout out to John. Appreciate it. Resident Evil 4 is next week. It's going to be lit. Looks incredible. Might have to stream that. I might have to get a stream in before we get to that. But let's get into what's been going on, man. There's been a lot of just weird takes, weird energy over stuff, man. So first thing I'm going to start off. I told you guys this multiple times, especially those who just didn't want to hear it. It is what it is. But pretty much every PlayStation game that drops will be on PC. There's no refuting it. There's no arguing it. Every PlayStation game will make its way to PC. I don't know why people keep putting this stuff on these ridiculous, like, they keep dying on these silly kills. Like, oh, it's not going to come to PC. Oh, that would hurt Sony. Sony's at a point where they're untouchable. Even if they drop their games day and date, they're untouchable. Sony's not going anywhere. They're fine. Sony's are masters at marketing their products. They're fine. So the fact that you're hearing rumors and reports going around that Ratchet & Clank is going to go to PC, even though if you guys go back a little bit beforehand with the NVIDIA leaks, which, by the way, have all been on point. Every single NVIDIA leak has been on point. It's like, I don't know what we're doing here. Everything is going to make its way to PC regardless how anyone feels about it on this platform. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you celebrate it. It doesn't matter if you're just, like, legit so invested into the console. It's going to happen. And here's the wild part. You have to ask yourself this. What exactly is hurting you that the game going to PC is? Look at Returnal. Returnal went to PC, and look at the popularity. It boosted up even more. Odds are you might get a sequel greenlit over the fact that Returnal is now on PC, sales are higher, and more interest is into the game. You actually get to play the definitive version on PC, and that's it. Odds are you might get a sequel. I'm all in for a sequel. I love what Housemarque did with that game. So guess what? I got no issue with that game going to PC. Ratchet and Clank is the same thing. I have no issue with Ratchet and Clank going to PC. In fact, I wouldn't even have no issue with Spider-Man 2 going to PC. Why? Because that's going to guarantee me my Spider-Man 3 coming up eventually. So that's how I look at it, man. I don't know why people are so obsessed about it, but I know why. It's bragging rights. Obviously, you know, this is the year of quote-unquote Starfield, right? Isn't this that the year? Everybody keeps putting that game on, you know, crazy expectations. You know, I don't want to be that doom and gloom guy because I don't be that guy, but I do feel like people set these games up with these unrealistic expectations and not even look at just what you've been given. Granted, the game did look better. It did look better in the latest reveal. I got to give them that. It looked better. I just don't have no crazy hopes for Starfield, man. I just don't. That's just my take. I'll just leave it at that. I have no crazy hopes for Starfield. Jacob, what's up? Good to see you. Keegan, what up? But it's wild how far things have fallen. Oh, man. And then my DMs, man. Dude, oh, man. I could talk about this here, but I think I'll wait. I'll just say, you know what? No, I could say it, but, you know, I could talk about it, but I ain't going to talk about it. I'll get it myself. But, man, there's some funny stuff also that's been going on, too. But anyway, aside from, you know, all PlayStation games, just getting back on topic here, everything is going to be on PC. Hell, even their live service games, they already told you flat out their live service games will make that jump. So if you already know that their live service games will be on PC, aka The Last of Us Factions Part 2, doesn't that pretty much already tell you that there's going to be a hell of a lot more coming in spades to PC? There's not much else you really need to fall back on. Everything else is going to make their way eventually. You know, but it's wild, man. It's wild. Everybody thinks it's going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt them going to PC. It's just not. Jack and Daxter, I think, is kind of done. I don't think you're ever going to see Jack and Daxter again. You would think that you would have, and the reason why I say that, if Sony was serious about Jack and Daxter, they would have had that game been made in the midst of the Crash Bandicoot remake that we got with the PS4 gen. See what I'm saying? That would have been your golden opportunity to bring that back. Hell, even Sly Cooper, am I not mistaken? Or Sly Cooper came out. Wait, did Sly Cooper come out on PS3 or PS4? I think that came out. I don't even remember. Thieves in Time. Let me look that up. Thieves in Time. Let's see. Thieves in Time. That came out on the what? That came out on the PS3. So you would think they would jump on it at that time. That's another opportunity I just mentioned, Sly Cooper. But Sucker Punch already confirmed a long time ago. They're not doing any Sly Cooper remakes. So that's not going to happen. Now, you could say the team behind the Demon Souls remake, right, could have done it, Bluepoint. But the thing about Bluepoint, I don't think Bluepoint's just going to be relegated to just remaking all classics. I just don't. They're more into, I think they're going to make their own game eventually and then have their own franchise to worry about. So that's where the other teams would come into play in terms of, I guess, outsourcing maybe to other developers to help out. So who knows? More Infamous. Infamous would be a nice surprise. That would be a nice surprise. Will it happen? Well, the last game we got, which was First Light, after Infamous Second Son. Both of those were good. Very, very nice tech demos for PS4. But I don't think we're gonna get it unless, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say we'll get it, but I don't think we'll get it at this point. I just don't. Let's see here. You said Sanzaru was in charge of Sly Cooper, but now they're with Metagaming. Yep, that's true. Sony still owns the rights, I believe, Yeah, they do own yeah, Sly Cooper, Jack and Dexter, all those Sony owns the rights to, because Sly Cooper's a part of Naughty Dog. Sony owns Naughty Dog, so they have the rights to that. Sly Cooper's a part of Sucker Punch. That's their studio. That's their IP. So yeah, they still have those. I don't think you're gonna see. Like I don't see the OG mascots coming back in that capacity. At least not this, like, anytime soon. If anything's coming back, it's got to be stuff that falls in line with the games as a service model. This is why Resistance has a good chance of coming back. Obviously, SOCOM will be a big crutch for them as well, because let's face it, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this Activision deal, but Sony said the deal is not good. They're not interested in this deal. So with Sony saying they're not interested in the Activision deal, more people are in line to go, okay, well, odds are Call of Duty's not going to be on PlayStation for long, because this deal is going to go through whether Sony likes it or not. It's going to go through. And when the deal does go through, this is where Sony's going to have to settle themselves up and go, okay, what can we have to replace Call of Duty? Now, to be fair, realistically, right? Realistically, if we're talking about sales, Call of Duty is in a league of its own. But I'm gonna piggyback to that in a second. But it is in a sales league of its own. But let's throw something out here from Sony Studios, because you know Killzone's definitely gonna make its return soon. I don't know if they're gonna go directly into Horizon 3. I've been hearing reports. I think they said the expansion is happening for Horizon, supposedly. But after Horizon 3, they're going to have to go back to Killzone. Because, let's face it, Horizon 2 was good. Like, I like what they did with 2, like gameplay and just the improvements. But if I'm being realistic with y'all, story-wise, I think Part 1 was better than 2. Absolutely better than 2. But it was a cool game. It had a lot to offer. I do like what they did with Part 2, like in terms of just making it more seamless. But I don't see Horizon having this big future down the road. I just don't. I don't see it like continuing to keep getting sequels. Part 3 is going to be the finals one, and then after that, then they're going to go right into Killzone, and that really just needs to be the situation. And the reason why I think Killzone would absolutely do better this time around, because this particular Guerrilla, like Guerrilla Games as of right now, has been on a different level by itself. Like, you can easily argue that Guerrilla Games has been one of their S-tier studios. Well, okay, maybe not S-tier. I would say that they've been like their, I wouldn't say S. I would say like their A-tier studios. S-tier would be something like, Insomniac. Insomniac Games definitely been their S-tier studio with the amount of games that they've been dropping. That's their S-tier studio right now. And obviously you got Naughty Dog is their other S-tier studio. And you could throw Sony Santa Monica into that too. But if we're talking about just how they improved since then, I can easily see Killzone doing a lot better in this timeline with their resources and everything everything that they've done to give you a better quality Killzone. So I can see that happening for sure. But as far as the Call of Duty thing, now Call of Duty has always been this juggernaut because it's on multiple platforms. So let's throw this out here. Let's say Sony tries to act like Nintendo. Let's just say, hypothetically. Okay, you won't give in to our demands, so we don't want it on our platform. How does Call of Duty then factor into this? Like, how does Call of Duty do if we were to throw this out here? Well, Call of Duty, obviously, is going to do fine on Xbox. It's going to do fine. But is it going to be enough to where it warrants sales and makes everybody jump directly towards Xbox for Call of Duty? Personally, I don't think so. I think now, if this was like during the Modern Warfare legit, like the original Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3 type of phase for Call of Duty, then you could easily argue that, and I wouldn't even disagree. Call of Duty right now, I don't want to say it's stagnant, but it's at those points where it's like it will hit those highs and it will hit those lows type of thing. Call of Duty, what was it? Jesus Christ, was it Modern Warfare 2, the new one? It was cool. I played the hell out of that one. I did enjoy it, but I'm not even on it. As you guys can see, I'm not playing it anymore. I moved on from it. And that's mostly because of game design choices. You know what I'm saying? So I think, logically, I don't think they're going to... It comes down to the developer in this particular case, where they actually take feedback and make it, what the actual fan base wants. So I'm saying they want that true quality experience. If they give you that true quality, like love letter type of approach for a game, then easily I can see that changing a situation for Sony in a sense. I can see it changing. Or for Microsoft, sorry. But I just don't see it right now. I just don't see it. And I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough gripe right there. It really, really is tough. I'm not even trying to lessen the blow, because it's going to be a big blow regardless of how I feel about Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a big, game for casuals. Hence why Sony put their whole marketing scheme behind Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? That's been their main thing. But again, how many times have we called out PlayStation? Those have been vocal. You can't just rely on Call of Duty. You need your kill zones. You need your SOCOMs. You need your resistance. See what I'm saying? You need all these games that you know damn well are going to appease people, especially your OGs. You need all these. If you're not going to throw those out here, then you're just putting yourself... it's like a Roman Reigns effect, man. It's like you putting all your eggs in Roman Reigns at his worst point. See what I'm saying? And expecting things to change. No. You need a legit plan behind it to better fix it. At least that's how I saw it. But God forbid, man. God forbid. Black Cobra, the $5 super chat. He says, hey, Big Cloud, are you going to be streaming the Xbox Starfield event on June 11th? Odds are yes, I will. Just to see what's up. Hopefully it's good. I'd be lying to you if I said I have my hopes up super, super high, because I don't. But odds are that it's good, and we get some good snippets out of it. So, yeah, we'll be streaming it. We'll definitely do a full deep dive into it as well. If I remember correctly, the game got delayed, I think. So, we'll get it when we get it. Let's see. Let's just go to the chat. Says there are fanboys who truly believe PS5 is better than PS1 and PS2. So PS5. This is how I rank PS5 in terms of the beginning, game wise. I will arguably say that PS5 is the best that we've gotten out of PlayStation in a long time, for sure. If you guys remember with the PS4 was labeled the indie station, mostly because we had nothing but a bunch of indie titles. Games like The Order 1886 didn't make launch, so that came out, a few years later, and that game suffered its own issues, right? But we didn't have a whole lot of crazy hitters at that time. So I would say PS5 is good as a starter. It's in a league of its own in that regard. But I think, Resogun was good, but if we're talking about massive, crazy games that we had, and again, people might say, well, those are remakes, because, they might say, Ghost of Tsushima and all that stuff, and that's true. You get there's a lot of points you can make on both sides of this. There's definitely a lot of points you can make on that. You can say, yeah, true. But I don't know. I really feel like PS5 is in a better time around, or has been a better time with this. So you never really know at this point. But yeah, Resogun was a good one. I can't disagree with that. I actually platinum Resogun. Resogun was fire. But I don't know. You saw me Bad Blood. Oh, God. So that's personally what I would want. I would kind of just want the resistance of anything. Got a few SOCOM PS2 for sale. That's it. Hey, that's what's up. What's up, Pixel Slap? What's going on? What's up, Lolo? It's artificially enhanced by cross-gen games. True. Very true. MV Dub upgraded his membership to the silver tier. I appreciate you, MV. Thank you. Okay. So you said Resogun, Knack, and Killzone Shadowfall held down the PS4 launch. I mean, let's dissect those real quick. So, Resogun, yeah, easily the best game in my opinion out of the games you listed there. Knack was a cool, I guess, game to give you that Crash Bandicoot feel, that old school joy of play, but it wasn't for everybody. A lot of people didn't really give Knack a true chance. I actually did. I actually liked Knack in part 2. And then you had Killzone Shadowfall. Shadowfall was the big game that we saw at the reveal of PS4, and that was the big eye candy. But from what I remember, Shadowfall was lukewarm on PS4 in terms of reception. Wasn't the best received, but it wasn't the worst received. So it's kind of like lukewarm. So I don't know, man. If you compare those based on what we got on PS5, you got Spider-Man, Miles Morales, which was day 1. What else do we have on PS5? We had Demon Souls. We had Demon Souls, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I don't think Spider-Man PS4 or PS. I don't think the remake came out yet. But what else was it? There's a few other games on there. I forgot what it was. It's a lot more games than that. But Spider-Man, you had... One second. I'll look it up right now. And I forgot it. PS5. And we will check that. 'Cause I don't think Ghost of Tsushima came out immediately, right? Okay. So we had Valhalla. That's multiplat. I'm gonna go by first party. I'm not gonna count the multiplats. We're gonna count the first party. So we had Godfall. There we go. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered. Okay. We had Sackboy. What else was on there? From First Party Studios. Demon Souls, I just mentioned. Bug Snacks, if you guys want to count Bug Snacks. And you had just one more, wasn't it? Not No Man's Sky. I don't think it was No Man's Sky. It was... Oh, Astro's Playroom. That's the one I was looking for. Astro's Playroom. So you had a pretty good lineup at the start of PS5. Pretty good. So, yeah. Even though I'm not a fan of all the crazy remakes that we don't ask for, this has been a better gen overall in terms of the start for PlayStation. So I gotta give Sony credit. You gotta give Sony props. Like, this isn't the PS3. The PS3 had like one of the worst starts of any generation in the history of PlayStation. This ain't that. PS4 was better than PS3, but I would say 5 is one level above. One level above. Let's see. He said we should Pokemon status. What's up, Iman? What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Let's see here. Let's see. You said 2007, PS3 over 2021. Really? You like the PS3 start over the PS5? I mean, on PS3, there was only one game that I can remember that was actually good at the start, and that was Resistance, Fall of the Man. We had games like Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire, which was terrible. We had Lair, which used the 6-axis, which was bad. And I remember that because I still have that image in my mind because I remember how goofy Adam Cecil was. He was trying to sell us on the game, but then when the game dropped, he pulled a 180 on Attack on the Show, or I'm sorry, no, X-Play, when he was like, "This game is terrible. The gameplay controls." But I'm like, Adam, didn't you say the controls were next to were top tier when you were hyping this up, gaslighting it? I don't know, man. I wouldn't say PS3 over 5 in terms of the launch. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that. What else was? I mean, well, God, what else was on PS3? Now I think about what else was on there. Was it Heavenly Sword? Was Heavenly Sword on PS3 at the start? It was like some kind of sword game. Forgot what it was, but it was like some. Warhawk. Yeah, Warhawk. And yeah, Heavenly Sword, right? Heavenly Sword was on there. I think it was, but it wasn't. It was a terrible game, man. God. So I don't know, man. I don't know about that. It was a God Over clone. Oh, it came out in 2007. Okay, so no, that wasn't a launch. There was a sword game that came out here. I know it was a sword game. It was really, really bad. It was a really, really bad sword game that dropped on it. But, okay. And it was a true leap, not PS4 games with 60 FPS. Oh, you're talking about the overall wow factor, like jumping from PS2 to 3. I mean, if you're going off of that, sure, you can definitely. I don't think a lot of people would disagree in terms of like that wow factor, the visuals for sure. But if we're talking about just overall games and quality games, I would say PS5. What we got here, even though I don't agree with a whole bunch of games getting remakes, like Horizon Zero Dawn at this point is about to get remade. And the funny thing about it is, I don't know how they're going to advertise that. They're like, yeah, we're making Horizon remake. We're remaking it for you. But here's the thing. Horizon's already on PC, so you can't use the PC excuse for that game. It's already been made. It's already been ported to PC. See what I'm saying? So what are you giving the PS5 users? The PC version? I doubt you're getting that. You'll get some better improvements, but I don't expect much out of that. Aside from some haptics, I just don't. So I don't really care for a Horizon remake. Ghost of Tsushima was another example of this, a remake that nobody really asked for, but we didn't really complain about Ghost of Tsushima because it was good, and they gave you a cool upgrade path for that, so that was fine. Death Stranding, another remake. Pretty much all their massive hitters have been remade. Last of Us, remade. Again, nobody asked for that game. Difference, and ironically, they cut content for that one, and they asked you for full price for that one. No, sir. At least not for me. And they do all this just in time. Yeah, now that y'all think about it, just in time for the damn TV show. And by the time we get to Factions. By the time we get to Factions, you're probably going to see a remake of Last of Us Part 2. And you'll probably see some ultimate bundle where we'll have Part 1 and 2 together with Factions. If Sony's smart, you would definitely do something like that. So, I don't know. Am I with it? No. But that seems like the ploy to go by. Let's go back to the chat here. What's up, Harshell? I appreciate you. Yeah, it's good to be back. Dreamcast versus PS2. No war. DVD 1. Oh, God, Dreamcast. Nice to see you as well, Don. Thanks for appreciate that. What's up, Dreadpool? Gingy Dawn of the Blade is what you're thinking of. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yep. That was the game. That's exactly what the game was. It had it was running at like 12 frames per second. It was really, really bad on PS3. And it was a start game. Really, really bad. It was like a bunch of enemies on the screen, if I remember correctly. Really, really bad samurai game. So yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Oh, and by the way, too, now that I think about it too, like marketing-wise, with Sony's marketing now, you would think Sony would give another opportunity to PlayStation All-Stars. I don't think you'll ever see All-Stars again. Why? I don't think they feel like they need it. I don't think they need it, man. And also, they gotta sign so many agreements just to get Crash Bandicoot and Spyro in there, which are now owned by, which will be owned by Microsoft. It's like, yeah, so much for that. So there's another missed opportunity. This man Butch, what up, Delta? You happy, Butch? Yeah, I said what's up. You thought I didn't say what's up. I said what's up. This man Butch be the worst. Let me go back to my chat. 1 second. He said PS2 and PS3 had real exclusives that you couldn't play on the last gen console. Way more new IPs also, not just sequels. PS3, hands down, for sure, compared to what we're getting here, and definitely last gen. PS2, PS2 was a different story. Sony was like, it felt like the only platform to go to at that point. Like, you would think that GTA was exclusive, which it kind of was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it came to Xbox. What was it, San Andreas on the OG Xbox? But damn near everything was on PlayStation. So, yeah, of course. Absolutely. I would agree. Absolutely there in terms of variety of games. But if we're just talking about the start, I'm talking about just the start of the gen. Like, start-wise, I put 5 as their best so far. But where the future goes, again, that's going to be up in the air, and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. Even the Xbox, GameCube, and Dreamcast have more games than this gen? You talking about than this gen? Possible. It's possible. 3 and Vice City were on OG Xbox. Was Vice City on OG Xbox? I don't remember that being on. I know San Andreas was. I don't even remember if it was or not. Was it on OG Xbox? If it was, then okay, cool. They must have came late. Because I had it on PS2. I don't even remember it. I remember only seeing it on PS2, aside from San Andreas. In a bundle. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I got you. So it did drop on a bundle. Remember Ninja Gaiden, Sigma 1 and 2? Absolutely. People forget about Ninja Gaiden. You know what I'm saying? It came later than, because I don't remember seeing it. I just remember seeing San Andreas. Well, okay. So, but here's another example of this, right? If we're going by PS2 logic, and you would think that they were just, like it being the only option at the time. Budokai. The Budokai series, and pretty much all the way to the Tenkaichi, was pretty much exclusively the PS2. Virtually all of them, except for one. And that was Budokai 1, if I remember correctly. Budokai 1 was on OG Xbox. But 2, 3, Tenkaichi, etc., those were only like, it felt like they were only locked to PlayStation on PS2. So, again, so many games. They had so many, like, bundles, so many options. I don't know, man. I don't. We don't even know the updates. We haven't had any updates on Haven Studios or even what's that studio called? Demolition Games. We don't know what they're working on. We still don't have nothing on those. And even the new studios they just bought, like Fire Sprite. We don't know what Fire Sprite's working on. So they have a lot of questions they got to answer. You still could get a variety, but it's tough to put a whole bunch of stock into it. It's really, really tough. Let me see here. What's my game going on? Oh, that's why. Let me turn this off. Turn that off. But I don't know. Let's see. Moving on to the left side here. There we go. Anyway, so you could see it. Budokai 1 and 2 were on GameCube. And Tenkaichi 2 were on Wii. 2 and 3. I don't remember seeing that, see? I wasn't on GameCube for that long. Wait, hold on. Budokai 1 and 2 were on GameCube. Was that on GameCube? Damn, see? Damn. Look at that. See you later, Pixel. Why can't it this clutch? Damn. The problem with Sony to be is how predictable. See? Came out later. There you go. I was nailed in on PS2, bro. Yeah, Tenkaichi 4 is coming out. I would prefer Budokai 3, honestly. I like Budokai 3's like style a lot better. Tenkaichi did open things up though. But I don't know. I like that grounded approach for 3. Granted, you still had that. You had a better camera. You could still do all the moves, etc. But I don't know. I kind of do miss 3. The fight style, even the way you did the story. I thought that was a better one. But they have gotten better in terms of quality over the years, so not really much to complain. Play Budokai on PlayStation, the best place to play. I mean, it felt like that. As far as the type of announcement Sony should be bringing back fan favorites. Would have preferred Budokai 4 or Fighter Z2. That's what I'm saying. See, me and you on the same mindset there. Budokai 4 would have definitely been like, yo, that's the announcement. I'll be like, okay, I'm all in for Budokai 4. But I'm not so surprised. I guess you could say that we're not getting it. I don't know. I guess we're just closing the chapter on, that timeline at this point. I don't want to say we're not going to get any risk anymore in the future, or I'm not going to say it feels like we're not getting risk, but I don't know, man. This might be one of those gens, man. I don't know. You're going to see more remakes of anything than you see of your made stuff. So, who knows, brother? Who knows? What's up, Aaron? What's going on? What preferred? I'll talk, but I just don't think it benefits Sony to release a Pro. Honestly, I don't believe the Pro. Well, okay, no, let me rephrase that. I do believe them, but 2024. I mean, 2024 for a PS5 Pro. I think that's way too early for that console. I don't think it's the right time for it. And you know what's funny about it, too? The PS5 Pro talk, it falls in line with Wolverine. I don't know if y'all remember when we said with Hip Hop Gamer. Hip Hop Gamer was talking about that when we had him on. He was saying, from what he saw for, what was going on with Wolverine, it's going to be one of the best looking things. So I don't know why would they just release a whole new console just for Wolverine by itself. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think we're gonna get it in 2024. I do think you'll get one, just not 2024. I mean, it would benefit Sony better just to have a slim model for PS5. Granted, I don't expect it to get even crazy small with PS5, but you would think that would be the approach for PS5, a slimmer unit, since things have gotten easier for them, and that would be like their quick little ticket. Like, hey, we can sell 5 times more. We can have it be customizable even quicker or better than what we got with the PS5 with the side plates. A lot of people didn't like the fact that the side plates could just pop off or whatever. A lot of people didn't like it. I already customized mine. I have a video on it, but a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't like all this, blah blah. Bruh, I think it's best to have like a slim line, and you can just change them at will. The little side plates, pop them off. Have the patent start, boom, that'd be your main thing. A PS5 Pro, you can definitely drop one, but it's not needed at this current time. Just not needed. It's like the same thing with Nintendo. Nintendo, a lot of people talk about a Pro unit. Nintendo's not going to drop no Pro. By the time they drop the Pro, that's going to be the brand spanking new Switch 2. They're not going to do it. But I don't think Sony needs a Pro. He said, please don't say ray tracing. Oh, God. Who's bringing up ray tracing? Nah, not over here. I mean, if we did get a Pro, and you're asking what would it do different than a normal, so it's funny because this conversation always baffles me because I said it better than anybody when we first started getting into, before we got the hardware reveal. Y'all remember the Illuminous engine that we saw when I broke that down? I was showing y'all the IO throughput, all that stuff, how much information was being handled. Everybody was like, oh my God, it's 4K, 30 frames or whatever. And I was like, bruh, it ain't 4K. It looked like it's 4K, but it ain't 4K when it got confirmed, especially. But even I was blown away by it, right? It was like 1800p. And they said they could have put that at 60 FPS. If they wanted to, it could have been at 60 FPS. So let's just use that as an example there, right? 1800p, 30 FPS locked. You had a great presentation, looked fantastic. Now, how about we turn that to 60 FPS at 1800p? That would have been a perfect, stable ground for the consoles. Perfect. Why? Because you get the visuals and you get the performance. Boom. That's it. Everybody can just go right into that line and you'd have been fine. It was bad enough I had grown men argue with me talking about, the difference between 1800p and 4K is shadow quality. And I'm over here going, yep, let me go ahead and hit block and move on. That was the stupidity I was dealing with when I was talking about that. Erica, what's up? What's up, Erica? Miss Trouble. But nah, I think that should have been the way things should have been. Everybody thinks that pretty graphics justify next gen. That's only a fraction of the story. And that's true. Performance is the main thing that I hyped up for this particular generation. I was hoping for the most out of this generation. The thing that pissed me off even more about last gen was the fact that we had 30 FPS be the norm for everything. I'm like, bro, no, we need to get past this 30 FPS hurdle. We need 60 FPS and more. So at 1800p, you could have allocated all those other resources to the performance. Boom, you got both. So when there was reports saying 120 FPS, I actually was like, okay, cool, makes sense. But now we got dudes pushing that 4K narrative, right? Or developers pushing the 4K 30 narrative, calling it the fidelity mode. And then you got performance mode, which doesn't even go at 1800. So I'm saying it goes below that. So it gives you the 1080 or something lower than that just to get 60 or whatever. What happened to now, here's my question to all you guys in the chat, and y'all should remember this from Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered. What happened to performance ray tracing mode? I'll let you guys answer that in the chat. What happened to that? I'm good, Erica. What's up with you? Is that trouble? You know you're trouble. Stop it. You're nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. You said, Bickle, I just don't see Sony making their devs create a PS4 version, PS5 version, and a PS5 Pro version. I feel you. Again, you'll get it eventually. You'll get a Slim before you get a Pro. If Sony's smart, you'll get the Slim. If you see a Pro before a Slim, then I don't know. I don't know what to really say at that point. Unless they're gonna make the Pro Slim, I don't know. Weird. This man, Big Mike said, the Queen. Uh-oh. Erica, you got a secret admirer. You better run. Big Mike got problems. I want better enemy or less AI, better environmental interaction, and better animation physics. I mean, yeah. Very true. Very true. I was hoping for that for the longest time. I mean, to be fair, I thought you were at least going to get that with the Last of Us remake, right? I mean, they did fix, from what I've seen, they fixed the AI doing that stupid stuff. Like, they got the gun, they're walking around going, oh, like, looking for enemies. They did fix that, but that's really it. It's not much else to the game. A resolution bump. I don't see what's the point of $70 for that, especially when you took factions out. So you got to think about what you really want in these consoles. Do you want that? Do you want the visuals? Do you want the performance? Personally, I'm all about that stable ground. If you can give me some great visuals and that performance, which should be the main priority, I will go over that tenfold. 1440p, 1800p, and one of those two. At 60 and above, we good. That's perfect. That's legit, personally, the best way to go about it. Anybody disagreeing with that? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was bad enough you had grown men saying 30 FPS is better because it's filmic. You remember that, Erica? Now look at them. They're now quote unquote aficionados on 60 FPS. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. Idiots don't even game. So yeah, that game went real quick. Hopefully it makes a return. I hope so. I really, really hope so. They do the PS5 Slim or Pro upgrade everything on PS5. I hope so. I hope so. And here's the thing, though. Okay, now let's do a little piggyback off of that. So let's say they do get the Pro, and what you said is true. They have to upgrade all the PS5 games to work on the Pro, or get the most out of the Pro. Are these free upgrades? Or are you paying out of pocket for these upgrades? Or are they just going to resell them on the store? You see how weird this gets? They already did it with PS4 games to 5. You don't think they'll do it with the PS5 Pro? Think about that. These are questions you got to ask yourself. These are definitely questions you got to ask. No, God. 40 FPS better. Honestly, I'll take the 60, man. I can't do this. I can't do the whole 40 thing. I mean, yeah, you could say it's better than 30, sure. Nothing beats 60, man. Nothing beats 60. Nothing beats the fluidity of the 60 FPS. Doesn't come close. I ruined myself by playing at 240 FPS. Nah, you ain't ruined yourself. You spoiled yourself. That's the thing. You spoiled yourself. See, when you go from 240 down to 60, you definitely feel the difference immediately. You see what I'm saying? You'll feel that difference. But then when you go to 60 to 30, you basically turn into Alex. It's unplayable. Or Black Bond. Shout out to both of them, but that's literally what you'll hear. Yeah, this ain't really playable. And that's literally how it is when you spoil yourself with those type of resolutions. So, I'm just saying. At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. See, I'm prepared for it. But a lot of dudes be in denial. Oh, they're not going to charge you for updates. They wouldn't do that when they already done it flat out. And dudes was happily to oblige. You go, well, and you already know what the excuse is going to be, Capono. Well, it's only $10. Well, it's only $20, Erica. I got no problem paying $20, $10 just to take advantage of basic upgrades that I should have right out the gate with my new next-gen console. You see what I'm saying? You already know how the argument's going to be. It's not going to stop. This is the stupidity of the internet. And so I don't even engage in it. I don't. Nope. Exactly. Director's cut. Get what you pay for. I mean, I paid, let's say, $400 or $450 for this PS5 Pro. Me tell me I gotta throw in you gotta throw an additional $20, $10 for each game. $20, $10 to play the same game, same story, just at a higher performance and fidelity. Yeah, I'm good. No thanks. That should be immediately free. But that's how the internet be. I'll pay $70 for Metal Gear Rising remake with 4K 60 to 120 FPS. See, now you're speaking my language, Liger. Speaking my language. Granted, the odds of us getting that at 4K 60, very slim. So that's why I said 1800p 60. Boom. There you go. Get all the bells and whistles. You'll be good. Now, if you want the 4K 60 joint, you might want to look towards PC. But here's the thing. Here's a fun fact about PC. Not everybody's gaming at 4K. They game at 1440p. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. Like, people immediately go, they try to compare these consoles to PCs. And that's why I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? And even when you try to compare these consoles to PCs, and you try to highlight one thing on console versus PC, you gotta understand this. A PC is an open platform. It will always get that one up on consoles. Consoles are closed. They're limited to what's in the box. That's it. So it's best they just look at it for what they are. They gotta look at what you're seeing here. Again, how much you willing to give? I would say 1440p, 1800. Boom. 60. Ari, what's up? Yeah, console gaming is the affordable option, but ironically, see that argument has lost so much weight now. And Erica, you can attest to this. Think about it. That argument has lost so much weight as it is. You got dudes who are brainwashed into paying for online, right? They think paying for online just to get discounts. Let me repeat that. Paying into subscription services just to get discounts is somehow some deal. Buying $400 consoles only to pay another $450 3 years down the road, that's if this happens, for a new Pro unit, it's more affordable than going out and making a one-time purchase for a rig, a pre-build at that rate, and be good to go from there. I'm just being real. There are two different ways to go about this. There are multiple ways you can go about this argument, but it's like, dog, dudes don't think. They just jump on it. Aaron, don't scare him to toss an F a pre-built. I got a pre-built in that damn closet right there. Granted, I don't use it. I don't use the damn thing. I use my custom one right here. I built my own hands here. But again, before you get, listen, you gotta walk before you can run. All right, or crawl before you can walk. I don't expect everybody in this comment section to go, you know what? I'm gonna build my PC. No, you're gonna go to something simple before you go and buy it. Said no more Goat Station. I mean, I'm on PlayStation. Listen, Eric, you can't convert me to your evil ways. Oh no, I already see how you PC gamers get down. You especially, Eric. You talking about my soul skills, but she can't beat. What was that game that dropped with the little minions? What's that game called? What was that game called? That little weird little game that came out on PlayStation not too long ago. You know what I'm talking about? The little anime chick with the stick. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she couldn't even beat the damn enemy. She was getting smacked around. I saw that. Yeah, don't make me bring that up. Oh yeah. Big Mike, silence. Yeah, Kano. That's what it was. Keno. Where the hell they were? Those little fur balls look like little minions. Those little things. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me try it. I'm thinking 600 for a PS5 or for the Pro. So 500 for the PS5, 600 for the Pro. VR headset is what? $550. $70 gains, paying for online. Should have just built a PC. I don't think it'll be 600 for no Pro. Nah, no way they'll do a higher price point. I don't think that. No, I think she beat Kenya. I think she beat it. I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. Erica's soul skills. I don't know. Maybe she can answer that. I don't know. She's going to have to answer that. All I know is I pulled up. She was like, man, I got to get my soul skills on point, right? I'm going to show you guys my soul skills. She couldn't get past one there. She dropped it. Yo, I'm dead. Plot thickets. Oh, she dropped it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Plot thickets. I mean, hey, at least you played. I didn't even bother getting into it. Thought about it. I thought about it. Wasn't the PS3 600? I mean, yeah, that was base console. But keep in mind, PS3 was a massive leap in terms of what they were going for. It was ahead of everything. But you had to pay for that big leap. So they're not ever going to go in those $600 price range ever again. The ranges you'll see Sony stop at is like around $500 to $400. So by the time a Pro does drop, if Sony really wanted to go ambitious with the Pro, let's say they throw a bigger GPU in here, one of the more recent CPUs in here, I'm just saying what ifs at this point, then maybe 500, maybe. Or Sony would try to match price. But I don't know. I don't see them doing that. You're probably gonna get like a half step in some particular regard. Might be the same CPU but a better GPU. They'll probably do what they did with the PS4 Pro, and just do the same thing with the PS5. I'm not expecting what Microsoft did where they advertised their Pro or their refresh as like a whole brand new generation. They had Kanye West doing all the advertisement for it. Like, y'all remember how silly that was? And the only game they had to show off for the most part for it was an old game, which happened to be Tomb Raider. I don't expect that. PS5 is all the shit before Pro comes out. Hey, man. We'll see. We'll see. At this point, I'm open to everything at this point. Yeah, remember the One X? Remember how the One X was advertised? They advertised that like it was a brand spanking new generation when it was coming out. That crazy, silly video. The highest res. What they say, Erica? The highest res. The best frame rate. No compromises. You know what I mean? It's like we still had compromises because we couldn't get all the games at 60 FPS. But that was supposed to be the love letter for developers. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to get Erica in the chat here. That's if she's free. Maybe she'll tell you who's the best Souls player. She'll tell you. Maybe. I only had the 1S. Yeah, Jim. We believe in generations. Oh yeah. They say it was most advanced technology. Excuse me, Erica? Excuse me? I don't think I didn't read that properly. Is there something you want to say on the voice chat? I must say I don't think she means what she just wrote there. We're going by Big Cloud's accolades. Not to toot my own horn, but every Souls game Big Cloud has touched, he has got the platinum for. How many platinums does Erica have in Souls genres? Nah, I'm playing. If we're talking about like overall experience in terms of playing more, Erica's definitely got me by like 2 games, I think. Like 2 games she's got me by. And that's Dark Souls 2 and 1. Yeah, but you've played more Souls games than me, so you got 2 and 1 Dark Souls wise. So I haven't played Dark Souls 2 and 1. I played 3. So technically you're in the lead with just those alone. So there's that. But we're talking about like overall player. I mean, laughably, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, we're pretty much neck and neck with a lot of them. Like when it came to Sekiro, like when legit, like now I think about it, I'm going back. If we go back to Sekiro, we were all neck and neck, literally killing the bosses. Like everybody was quick to post a boss fight they beat. The one that kind of set me back a little bit was Lady Butterfly. But most of the bosses in that we were all neck and neck with. So I would say everybody's pretty even, soul-wise, in terms of beating them. When it came to Elden Ring was a little bit of a different story. I feel like Elden Ring really showed, like, you know, who's putting in crazy, like, who just understands the genre more. And when it came to Elden Ring, everybody was, like, all over the place. But that's mostly because everybody was exploring their own way. There was no set track. But you had, like, different levels to it when you saw Elden Ring coming up. And then if you want to throw, like, Bloodborne into the mix, Bloodborne, actually, no, not, well, I could say Bloodborne, but I was about to say, what's the other game? Demon Souls. Demon Souls is another example of that. Everybody was just back and forth with, like, boss battles and who they beat. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody was posting, or not everybody was missing a beat when it came to it. So, something here. Can we get Erica versus Big Cloud 1v1? Man, Erica don't want that smoke. If she does want to play, she gonna wait till after I uninstalled the game. Like, when me and Blaze was out here legit hunting for just all these scrubs on here in PvP, when we were just literally going through annihilating everybody, Erica made sure she didn't come by them streams. And you want proof? Ask Blaze. You know what I'm talking about. She made it a mission to avoid those streams. She didn't want none of that. Exactly. Yo, she didn't want no problems. She didn't want no problems. I was on another level. I was killing everything in sight. She didn't want no problems in PvP. Hell, low key, though, I'm keeping a buck. I probably would have been down to just play a one-on-one with Erica, or maybe 2v2s, like you and Luca versus me and Blaze. That'd have been fun for Elden Ring. We never did it though. I think everybody's pretty much. I think everybody uninstalled it. I have. I can always go back to it though and start over. Been contemplating it. Been really thinking about it. But bosses, I can probably beat a lot of them quicker. You said you could beat bosses quicker? Okay. I'm about to touch down in a second. Hold on. I'm about to touch down real quick. Okay. So you're back to making content? Yeah, I'm back. I will definitely be dropping all the vids. But before that, so let me test this. What was that dude's name? Was it Malekith on Elden Ring? Was it Malekith? The little demon dog thing? Is that what it was in Elden Ring? Was it Malachi or Malekith? I think it was Malekith, right? All right, I think it was Malekith. Man, I still haven't beaten the first boss in Mulan. Do I really need to stream that game just to show you how it's done? Yeah. Okay. How many tries did it take you to beat Malekith? That's what I'm questioning. This man wants me to stream Mulan. Yeah, it cost $100 million to, what's up, Thanos? Good to see you too. But when it comes to that game and that budget, I am a little surprised by that. Well, actually, no, I'm not surprised because video game production did go up. But damn, $100 million, and they couldn't at least given you better dialogue. That dude doesn't count if I walked in and fell off. No, God. Not realistically. How many times you die? How many times you died fighting Malekith? I'm curious. Cause he whooped my ass a few times, so I'm curious. What was your death counter? Like, were you in the double digits or single digits? Because I think, if I'm being realistic, Malekith was high up next to the, I think it's Moby, the blood guy, or whatever. He was up there too. And there was one more that was really, really annoying. I couldn't get a read on. Hey, man, don't say it out loud, Thanos. You know, apparently, you know, the game is... Listen, Thanos, apparently we're all wrong. You're wrong for saying that. The dialogue is passable. The game is great. We're just hating on it because we want to be in the conversation. We want to join the crowd, Thanos. We want to join the heat. Oh, Lord. Here we go. So she used Mimic here. So, yeah, there's levels to this. So, and it was funny, too. Funny about that, too, Erica. If I was to go back to a certain someone, you know what I'm talking about, where he said the game was easy. You go look at his trash video and he said the game was easy. He was using Mimic Tier, which was OP at the time. Mimic Tier has been nerfed into oblivion. That's why you're not going to see that guy beat that game ever. He ain't never going to beat that game. But... Mimic Tier was OP as hell at the beginning of Elden Ring. That was basically like the crutch. Was definitely a crutch at that time. So I would say, you see, I didn't use magic on my playthrough. I used strictly like strength. I was legit testing my knowledge and just like, you know, I was working on that. Like, I love that. What I love about Souls game is like, Erica, you can relate to this. You know what I'm talking about? When you get that muscle memory, when you like in the zone, you just know what to look out for, and you just know how to dodge, how to get out the way. You learn the patterns. You know it. It's like a dance, right? You can learn the rhythm. Once I like just went with the strength build and got like the claws. And I actually owe Blaze that too. Blaze put me on the claws, not the small one, but the other ones, the bigger ones. You get the Bloodhound claws you get at the Fire Palace. Bruh, my sword wasn't doing the work. Them claws came out. I was bodying everything in sight. Blood damage was OP in Elden Ring. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I would say. For me, though, when it came to just using a pure strength build, at least 16, maybe 15 times I died to him. And that's most, and it wasn't because of his first phase. No, his first phase was literally, it wasn't, okay. His first phase, once you get the rhythm down on that, is not as bad. When he gets to that second phase, though, bruh, that's where it was like, okay, now you're just throwing everything in the kitchen sink. It's like the same thing that you deal with that stupid dragon, where you go to that floating palace thing. You know what I'm talking about? The little ruins. And you lay down and it teleports you to that other spot. Bro, that damn dragon was the bane of my existence because of just that charge up that he does, which can one-shot you. That was annoying as hell. Yeah, I died like 15, 16 times against Malekith because of his second phase. And here's the thing, too. You would think, okay, so you must have died a whole lot more times to other bosses. I actually didn't. A lot of these bosses I was able to go through relatively, probably like on my third or fourth time. Some I beat like on the first go, but not all of them. You know what I mean? Like the dragons, most of these dragons were simple to get around to, but not all. Yeah, I mean, not all of them. But bleed, once you master the bleed, like the thing that killed me the most in that game was the Godskin duo. Erica, you know what I'm talking about. Those guys. They killed me the most. It wasn't the skinny one. It was the big, like, blob dude who does, like, that little rolling joint. He annoyed the hell out of me. And when they put you in that room, that small room, where you have to fight two at the same time, that was where the game's... Literally, that's where it started to get even more annoying. They gave me the most trouble for some odd reason. Hated it. I hated that. I hated the guy skin duo just for that. All the Sentinels were fine once you learned the rhythm. Sentinels weren't too bad. He's only the fat one fight, dude. Yeah, that's what made him annoying. Like, you'll see like the fat one probably turn into like a blob and try to run you over, and then you'll have the skinny one shooting magic projectiles at you, or doing that little stretch attack. Like, all that stuff, it's like, bro, that was annoying. I forgot who it was, but you know what I'm talking about? The guy who's at the castle, he could shoot lightning out of his like stump. He was like a commander. He was annoying too. I died to him a few times. I suppose because you got to take out his guards first. But he was another one that was annoying. And aside from him, who else was on there? I'm trying to think who else. So there's a lot of good bosses on here. The final end boss was a little iffy. Like, not when he turns to the crystal beast. You know what I'm talking about? Was it Ragon? Whatever his name is. He was okay. I just didn't. His first form was clearly tougher than his first. His first form was tougher than the spirit. I'll say that, than the crystal form, crystal boss, whatever that. That was definitely his tough form. But yeah, Margit was a dope boss, even though you fight him 3 times. First time was probably the hardest because you had to go, you're under leveled. You're like, okay, how do you beat this guy? Yo, shout out to Rev. Rev beat that man with no level ups, and still he did it. Even though he went through, he damn near broke his chair in the process. But shout out to Rev. He beat Margit. That was insane that he did that live. What's up, Mo? I'm feeling good, brother. Feeling good. Thanks for asking. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. There are levels. Some games, man. Some games you just put out like this pedestal. I'm really looking at. I kind of will always look at Elden Ring as that top tier. He took like 8 hours, and bro, the funniest thing about that whole stream was when he got up, and it kind of brought back the old vibe of when he used to play Call of Duty, where he used to punch holes in walls. But you remember when he punched the chair, and the chair literally damn near it bent and it went back. I was like, yo, did he break the chair with a punch? Like, that was funny. Like, Rev is too funny. Yeah, Dragon Lord. All the Dragon Lords were annoying. The Electric Dragons, yes, those were annoying. I don't know if Erica had trouble with those. Those were annoying too. Hated the Dragon Lords. Who's the dude that you kill who looks like a wolf? You know what I'm talking about? He has like the wolf pelt. I don't think he was that much of a problem, but he was kind of a weird. It was okay. It was like a lukewarm reception. Boss fight for that one. Glad you're feeling better, BitCloud. Very off topic, but thank you so much for calling KT. Seriously, thank you for doing that. I mean, here's the thing. If my name wasn't mentioned, I wouldn't have done anything. Like, you can ask Erica. You can ask everybody who I talked to, game with or just chill with. There's a limit to how much I'm going to take, but if you're going to run your mouth, and I know damn well that you ain't about what you talking about, you ain't ready for me to swing. And y'all saw that live. He wasn't ready for those. He wasn't ready for that. Man, had excuse for everything in the world for not playing the games. But guess what? He talks about those games day one. That was the stupidity of the internet. I can't stand a fraud. I can't. Mr. Big Cloud, what up, Corbin Dose? I heard you were trapped in the Nintendo Switch closet playing that good Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Good to see you back, brother. Good to see you, my guy. I'm good, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that, I feel like that Dragon Lord, with the lasers you're talking about, I don't know if you got the same reference, but do you remember the Do you remember the moon? I think it was called the moon god or whatever it was in Bloodborne, the red moon god. Remember how he had that one move that turns you like basically he hits you like this red flash and your entire health bar melts and you got like a few seconds to either hit him to stop your blood from going out or you have to take a blood vow. That's exactly what that electric move reminded me of. It sounded like they took a cue out of that, but they just want to do a little different. Exactly what it felt like. When pit swings, it's the same energy. Hey, man. I got to. Listen, man. Listen. Like, listen, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how y'all be, but that's how I am in the real. Like, it's like, you got so much to say, and you saying stuff, let's say from across the street or around the corner, and I just happen to walk around that corner, and let's say you're in my same shoes, aren't you gonna want to keep that same energy and say what's up, like what's on your mind? Not this fake, oh, I didn't call you out your name that once, I didn't do all that, but you were just saying that around the corner. See what I'm saying? That was my whole vibe going into that whole stream. It's like, nah, bro. Like, hey, let's don't do that. I never went personal with you once, and it's like we rewind that silly video you did. You know he was, but it is what it is. Like, that's the stupidity. Oh, you good? You good? Listen. Obviously, I did some damage to the dude because the dude wouldn't actually listen. Hey, listen. Shout out to the dude. He actually wouldn't beat Ghost of Tsushima. It took him 3 years, but he finally did it. People, everybody in this chat, 3 years to beat a game that you've been hyping up for 3 years. It took you 3 years to finally go back and beat that game. Imagine that, Erica. Imagine that. Imagine me hyping up Uncharted for 3 years, and I ain't never beat it until today. Exactly. Woo! That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. UK Lab, what's up, brother? What's good? My man said, I beat it after 3 years. Like you want a damn cupcake. Okay. You want a cupcake? Here's a little pebble of a cookie. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Like that one dude took years to play and beat Horizon. Zero Dot after threatening to shoot up Sony going. Bro, you talking about Omega Zeo? Yo. Erica would tell you Omega Zeo is like listen. I have no issue with Omega Zeo because I've known him for years. Like he's cool with me, but Omega Zeo, if I had him on this show right now, I would legit call him out. Omega Zeo is probably the biggest fraud of all frauds. Like he'll be like, yo, he'll message like I remember he said not Erica, but Luca messages. And he sent me messages on. He was like, yo, dog, Jim Ryan gotta be stopped. I can't stand for this. These games going to PC like he was gonna go storm the Capitol type of thing, like at Sony. But he was talking all that, and it's like you pull his profile, he ain't beat a single PlayStation game, not even Horizon. I was like, yo, dog, huh? He ain't beat out a single one. And I was like, yo, like it got funny to me. It became funny to me at that point because I'm like, bro, this is clearly a front. It has to be. There's no way you're going all out over games you ain't even so much as trying to beat. No way. But yeah, he said he was going to like that's how he was though. He was like, yo, Sony is not going to drop their games on PC. No, I'm gonna give Sony a piece of my mind. I was like, yo. Chill. I was if you try so hard, I'm like, just stop it. That dude who was gonna do a bomb. Yeah, that's the dude who said. Yeah, that was the guy. Eric. Yeah, he was. I'm gonna go bomb PlayStation aircraft. I'm like, dog, chill, stop. He was like, no, I can't stand for this. My precious exclusives going to PC. Basically, picture. Okay, y'all know how Blaze does them little satire rants on like YouTube. Like he did that one little that YouTube short, which there for Tego was, and everybody was watching, but the one he was sitting there going, "All you PP, dick suckers, playing my exclusives." Like, this is Omega Zero taking that times 15 on Twitter. That's literally what he does, but that's his whole persona, though. Zero be full of it, bro. He's so full of it. He don't have a PS5? Oh, you say he doesn't have a PS5? I thought he did. Damn, see? The more you know. What's up, Kermit? My exclusives. As garish, you have zero say what any corporation do. Grand Delusion fanboys quite disturbing. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Come once these games start going to PC. You thought the Returnal thing was bad. Wait till Ratchet & Clank gets confirmed by PlayStation to go to PC. And you already know what Sony's going to do, Aaron. Erica, y'all seen it with your own eyes. Everybody in the chat, y'all know what they're going to do. They might show it, right? The announcement, let's say at a state of play. And then to mask it, they'll say, hey, guys, here's a sneak peek at a game you guys been waiting for. Are you ready? And they be Spider-Man 2. And everybody just goes, I don't care about it. I don't care. Even though I was complaining about it last week and the weeks leading up to it. We got Spider-Man 2. Cool. That's going to be the energy. Still waiting on the new model for the PS5? Oh, you're not getting it at all. You waiting for the new. I got you. Nah, he wants that. He wants either that slim model or that the one that's not guaranteed to break. He wants one of those. I mean, mine's still running good. No issues. I haven't had any issues, but hey, man. Nah. I thought about it. I didn't pull the trigger on PSVR 2. Heard good things, though. It was funny watching BG play it. I don't know if y'all watch BG stream it. That was funny. That was hilarious. BG playing Horizon. It was like, press B or no. It said press X to pull the arrow. And he was like, to create the arrow. And BG over here twiddling his thumbs. You don't know which one is X. I'm like, dog, come on, BG. That was funny. So I'm getting PSVR 2 next month. There you go. That was funny. I mean, it's got the games, in my honest opinion. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. That's all. I already ironically, I have the Quest in my house, but I don't know. I haven't considered getting it all the way. But I've been buying PS5 games myself, though, the web browser. Oh, would you just have them added to your library? I mean, that's smart. That's a smart way of doing it. I see you. That's smart. Absolutely. Honestly, that's like the best way to buy your PS5 games is to do it on your web browser. Just to avoid anything stupid. Like, y'all remember when y'all couldn't pre-order? I think it was related to her. If I remember correctly, it was related to her Horizon Forbidden West. Y'all couldn't pre-order the PS4 version on the store, on the PlayStation Store on your console, to get the PS5 joint. Y'all remember that? Y'all had to like go on the website to get it because it wasn't showing up or something like that. Literally, that's exactly why I'm always on my browser for it, for stuff just to avoid stupid stuff like this. I always look for those crazy things. Always. I mean, yeah, he's not lying, Mike. He's not lying. There are tons of launch models that are flawed. Tons. So I would agree, definitely, with that, Aaron. Especially when you compare, like, let's say, like the PS3 generation, and you just look at how cheap and how like the quality diminished over time in terms of like okay, this is what I mean by this. So when the PS3 first came out, it had that all chrome finish. Y'all remember this because I had that one too. But it had that all chrome finish. It had the door that opened up. You had all the memory card slots, all the back and pat, et cetera, et cetera. Then when the redesign started to come out, they literally designed it where the door couldn't open. You can clearly see it was plastic in the chrome section. So yeah, usually it's best to get the day one editions. Like, personally, I don't trust like none of the newer releases because of the fact of the heatsink situation. I'm cool with my day one edition right here, just because we got the everything else day one. In fact, I don't think I've had an issue. Luckily, so far, I haven't had any crazy issues with my PlayStations since really since the PlayStation 3. I haven't had any crazy issues with mine. I did upgrade the PS3 though down the road. Obviously, I got the slim, not the super slim with the sliding door, but the best looking one with that that slick design. I actually did get that one, but yeah, nah, boy, that all together, never. Let's see here. Not me. Have fun with it though if y'all getting that Pro. It is going to be interesting to see how many people jump on board and get a PS5 Pro, like hype it up the wazoo. Like, guys, get the Pro. It is going to be funny, especially those that were on the offense, like me, saying I'm not interested in getting a Pro unit. It is going to be interesting to see that. I am curious to see how many people actually jump on board and get it. So, that is going to be funny. That is going to be an interesting concept. Go Twitter. No. Nah, man. Not much really to say here, man. As you guys said, there's no crazy topics. Everything has already happened. But I wanted to come through. I had to come through. I had to drop a stream. I had to do something. I didn't want to drop a video and just like, hey guys, I'm back. No. I want you guys to see me in the flesh. Know I'm good. Y'all know what's up. It's good to see everybody in the chat for sure. I'm looking forward to getting back to everything and just dropping stuff. And a lot of you guys have been asking me for a lot of the shorts and stuff, so I actually do enjoy doing those. Actually, those are actually really, really fun to do. But aside from shorts, obviously actual content. So I'm gonna take this opportunity real quick to ask you guys real quick, what would you guys like to see more of from me in terms of content before we close it out? So drop it below. Let's hear it. What do you guys want to see more of? Do you guys want to see news for coverage, even though it's oversaturated? Like, what else you guys want to see? Or you guys want me to think out the box? RE4 content. I mean, I do want to stream it. I have it on PS5. I can stream it. Oh yeah, I do have a TikTok. If y'all want to follow me on TikTok, I do have one. Been curious, dropping more on that. 1 second.
Can you share any change?
Oh my gosh, did you just touch me? Do you realize I have to wash this down? Do you know how expensive?
Why is my thing here? There we go. So here's my TikTok. In the chat here. Boom. There's my TikTok. I will be dropping content there for sure. and we'll be dropping it nonstop. Live streams and one-on-ones like Fonz does are really interesting. Yeah, I missed the one-on-ones. I haven't done one of those in a minute. But honestly, considering Aaron, you already know, considering the weirdness that I had to go through not too long ago involving this community, I think that might be the way to go too, as well. Just for a few particular reasons. But I actually might do that. There are some people I did want to talk to. And I actually was like, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? I don't know. But I might consider that. I might actually consider it. Exo Primal game. I know you like Dino Crisis. So the Exo Primal game is cool. It kind of gives you Turok, I guess, vibes. But you know what the problem is? It's not Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was in a league of its own, just for the horror aspect. See what I'm saying? Dino Crisis made me fear dinosaurs. And ironically, that's when Jurassic Park was just coming out, or just came out not too long ago. And we had that crazy fear. You know what I mean? I kind of want dinosaurs to go back to that, where they're feared and not looked at as like, oh, I got an exosuit. Oh, I got a gun. I can take them out. They're not too much to worry about. No. I do want that fear aspect to come back. And this is why I think Capcom's missing a golden opportunity with. Granted, everything we're seeing with Resident Evil 4 looks to be pretty much everything we got with Resident Evil 2 Remake times 2. And I'm very excited about that, and I'm happy for that. I do think it's a missed opportunity, though, that we're not seeing that for Dino Crisis. Like, just imagine that. Dino Crisis, the crazy blood, the gore, the effects, a better targeting system, AI, more of a survivor approach. Maybe you can hide in lockers to avoid the dinosaurs if you run out of bullets. You know what I'm saying? Survival horror. Like, similar to what you guys saw in Alien Isolation. That would be a game everybody would be talking about, and I would be all on board with that, because that would be fire. Like, I need stuff like that. I need more like that. But as far as Exo Primal is concerned, it's just not for me. I want that. I want that legit, pure, I want that terror. I want that pure terror back with it. The developer interviews were really, really cool. We're going to do those. Don't you worry. We're going to keep those coming. Don't you worry. What's up, Han? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate it. It's good to be back. Too many podcasts are crowded with, yes, man, not really much back and forth without squabbling. That is true. That is true. Seen a lot of that. I'm afraid to click and see Big Cloud doing ducklet poses on his tape. Oh my God. Nah, nothing like that. The only videos that's on there has been gaming, pure gaming related. I've had a few, pretty much I've re-uploaded my Resistance videos on there, and they done pretty good, actually. I was surprised. People were liking those, so might do more of those and continue to go. There's so much I want to talk about that game, but I was like, I know a lot of people hit me up going, bro, let's not hype ourselves. But I'm like, I'm not really overhyping myself. I'm just remembering a badass game. So really, that's the best thing about it, too. And also, keep in mind, there's so much more I can do, especially for Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is another big point of this as well. So there's a lot of ideas I've had, and I just haven't really jumped on or really made the effort towards. But I think it's time. I think it's worth looking at. Speaking of that, let me see here. Okay. I can't. Aha. So that is her. Gotcha. Okay. So we'll see how that does, and we'll get that popping. Imagine having a chase from a zombie raptor or a Rex. That would be terrifying in Dino Crisis. Bruh, dude, just a chase scene, like an actual proper chase scene in Dino Crisis with the T-Rex. You know, you're in the, or I'll tell you like this. Yeah, I remember how like the first game opens up where like you see the mercenaries jump down. Do you see the dude Cooper? He gets lost in the woods because he like took the wrong, like, you know, the wind knocked him off a little bit, so he was further from the compound. So he was separated, and he's like running through the bushes. Imagine like they gave you that perspective in first person, and you're running away from the T-Rex, and then that's how the game starts. And then it gives you a regime. I'm all in. I'm all in, bro. I'm all in for that first person. You know, that just that mix it up. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. All for it. I want gaming news streams. One chip challenge. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. RHD podcast pick club. Okay. I don't know about no one chip challenge. You better save that for Danny. He's stupid. One chip challenge. Exoprime was also cross generation. Also saw it on PS4 or PlayStation. So yeah, I know. It's just not for me. It's definitely not for me, but looks cool. Dude, I've been wanting this game for the longest time. Like, yeah, I have no idea. Like, that has been one of my all-time favorite games. And it's just one of the great... Like, if I was to put Resident Evil and them, like, side by side, and, like, if I had the option to choose on what I want right now, granted, Resident Evil 4 Remake is, like, my top choice right now. I would probably lean towards Dino Crisis, because Dino Crisis was, like, that shit. Like... Resident Evil scared me as a kid. You know, when we were young, it scared you, with those music cues. But Dino Crisis really scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid. It legit scared the hell out of me. And it was always nonstop. You didn't know where to go, especially when you're just learning the map. It didn't, okay, you think you got away from the dinosaurs, right? You go to, let's say, grab a first aid kit. Then you get that little cinematic, the door opening. It's like, wait, did he just open the door? Love that. Shit. Hell, I would take, listen, even a zombie game, I would take Walking Dead, a video game of The Walking Dead, if they make the zombies like they did in the final season of The Walking Dead, where they're opening doors, they're smarter, they're climbing, right? That would be a good game, survival horror, if done right and given a proper developer. That'd be dope. Why not? I'd be in for it. That's better. Give me something like that. Remember that Suicide Squad game got delayed after a massive downvote. I mean, it doesn't look... I don't want to say the game... Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say the game is bad, but it just, in the looks department, it didn't look anything for us to be super hyped for. And the fact that this game's as a service after we just got over the, that terrible Avengers game, it's just not a good look for him. And I'm not for it. I don't really care as much for it. So they should scrap it and go back to the drawing board. There's too much in the Suicide Squad to scrap it. Also, keep in mind, they're planning for Suicide Squad to be the final hurrah for Kevin Conroy, a.k.a. Batman. See what I'm saying? But here's where it hurts even more. Yeah, this is his final portrayal as Batman, and this is how he's going out on this game, which doesn't look up to par. Honestly, this makes you appreciate Arkham Knight a little bit better. I would have preferred Arkham Knight be his last game that he went out on, not this. You know what I mean? It makes you appreciate other games. It really, really does. Even though Arkham Knight didn't do too good of a job with the Batmobile, but I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed the hell out of Arkham Knight for the most part. I just thought too much of their focus was definitely moved away from what, made the other one so good. Go play World War Z? Nah, I'm good. I know why you're saying that. You're talking about all the zombies on the screen. People are looking for the studio's previous magic for the Arkham games. Is the problem with Suicide Squad? I mean, you could argue that, but I don't really think so. I just think the game just, compared to everything that we've seen, like, the first trailer looked cool, but then when we saw that finalized gameplay and that finalized look, it's like, yeah, it's hard. Okay. And the general. Hold on. RGT general. One second. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, really? That is pretty big. But again, who's gonna make it? Is it gonna be Insomniac? So listen to this. Microsoft lawyers say that Sony has a Superman game in development and an exclusive on the agenda. Listen. I believe now a Superman game I can definitely see Sony pulling off, especially if you just tell it and you make the character limited based on the story progression. Make it kind of like how who remembers Man of Steel? Y'all remember Man of Steel with Henry Cavill? Remember how like he didn't learn how to fly until he was like what? 30? See what I'm saying? Like, he didn't learn to fly until he was like 30 years old, 29, 30 years old. Do it like that. Tell the story like that. Have him be grounded on the ground. You know, he doesn't fly and all that stuff. Yeah, he was, have him be, have his super speed, his super strength, all that stuff, all that stuff. Have him limited to an extent, and then you learn fly and all that stuff along with other things like laser eyes as the game progresses. Give him new layers to him as he progresses. That's how you do it. And as far as villains, it doesn't even have to be about him beating a whole bunch of villains. Granted, he can, but if we're talking about Superman, you want him to stop disasters. You know what I'm saying? Like, very similar to what you saw in Man of Steel. I can see stuff like that. That would actually make sense. Now, in terms of a villain, let's just throw some villains out here. What's his name? Lobo? The little alien, I forgot his name, was like Logo or Lobo. What was that damn guy's name? Was it Lobo? Lobo. You can throw Lobo at him. You can throw... hold on. Yeah. You can throw Lobo at him. You can throw... Honestly, Brainiac. Brainiac's something that you would save story-wise if you're trying to retell the Injustice. See, a proper... If I'm being realistic with y'all, I would just make the Injustice games be the main story. Like, if y'all need me to link y'all to the source material I'm talking about, I will link it to you right now. Look up Comic Historian and just look up Injustice story. And the thumbnail is literally Superman putting his fist to Joker's, stomach. Watch from there and then watch volume 2 and onward. He literally narrates the entire thing. That right there, honestly, personally, should be the story. You can have more characters on screen. You can have more happening, and it just makes sense. And it doesn't have to be like no versus thing. It can legit be this story, crazy big story. I would definitely love that. See the Lantern Corps get destroyed by Superman. That'd be dope. If they wanted to do that. But they don't want to do that. Then you could go the Man of Steel vibe and get Zod. I don't think anybody would be disappointed with Zod being the main villain. Zod was handled really good in Man of Steel. Granted, how some people might not feel about Zod. A lot of people probably don't like Zod. I thought Zod was handled really, really good in Man of Steel, and it's good to see him come back for Flash, even though I don't want to support that film, but it's cool to see him come back for Zod. But I think Zod is the go-to. He might be the go-to. And to make it even more cool, I would love to see them have the actor from Man of Steel voice him, because I think he embodies Zod so perfect. Everything, his mannerisms, his voice, his presence, he has it all. I would have him be Zod to the T, hands down. Some say you don't know anything until you're 40. Oh God. Yeah. Have you seen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I've seen that. He said he liked Avengers. Some people liked it. It wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't like Avengers. That game. Man of Steel is making 10 years on June 2023. Yeah. And it sucks, man. Henry Cavill never got a chance to play Superman again. But then again, people really thought The Rock alone was going to be enough to launch the MCU or the DC universe. It's like, listen, The Rock is good. We all love The Rock. But if you think Black Adam was going to do crazy numbers, hate to break it to you, it's not. A lot of these dudes don't even know who Black Adam is. Black Adam wasn't going to be it. It's a cool character. Always has been a cool character, a dope character, but he's not enough to launch a DC universe. Not by himself. No. It wasn't going to work. So, the fact that Henry Cavill's gone permanently, I'm not surprised. Honestly, it's probably the best thing for him because they're rebooting the entire DC universe now. And we don't even know if they're going to mess up Joker. Like, I thought Joker was fantastic, but now Joker 2 is going to be a musical. And guess who's going to play Harley Quinn? Lady Gaga. So I have to ask you guys in the chat, are you excited for Joker 2? I'm very skeptical of Joker 2. I know Joaquin Phoenix is going to kill it, but Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn? I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know. But they're going to change her whole thing. They're going to say Harley Quinn was a Broadway singer or dancer or whatever. I don't know. He costs too much, and they want a younger actor for Superman. I'm disappointed, but nah. What's up, K Santi? Oh, you talking about Zod? I mean, I don't know, man. He likes playing the character. I don't know. That would be lit, though, if they got him to play Zod. Just him to play Zod. Everybody else, you can just change the roles altogether. You ain't got to get Henry Cavill and nothing like that, but if they wanted to get Henry Cavill, they could. They don't have to get Henry Cavill for the game. They can just have someone new. But I would really love to see someone on that level of just, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that just brings that intimidation. I would love to see that for Zod. If they get that right for the game and that's the character, boom. We got no issues. You can use Zod by himself. Have that be the main villain for the first game, and then you build the layers as you go further and further into what could really be happen. So, but if they're smart though, like if Sony loves those story-driven games, and I was just telling them, Kesanti, about the source material for Injustice. I do think Injustice is like the perfect just story to put in video game form. And I'm talking about in that single player, cinematic, over-the-top game. That can be it. You just jump from different perspectives. Boom. That's your game. It doesn't even have to be all Superman. You can just have it be like cutscenes or here and there. You know, characters, you know, getting killed off, the craziness, that traumatic part of it. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But will they do it? Odds are I don't think so. But we'll see. And we still got Wolverine, too. A lot of people forgetting about that. Still got Wolverine, which we'll probably get in 2024. So. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the fighting game though. I'm talking about like just the source material. Like if they took that source material and just took it like word for word, scene for scene, put that in a single player AAA, production with Sony's backing, that could be top tier. That could be top tier. That could be easily one of the best Superman games ever made. And you're not playing as Batman. You're not playing as none of these characters. You're playing as Superman. So you're literally seeing his world crumble. But that could be the sequel. I would start off strong with it being Zod, him establishing himself, the heroes now seeing him as this, that, and the third. And then you build up towards that injustice moment and him finally snapping and becoming a tyrant. That would be the best way to go about it. That'd be fantastic. So that way everybody gets the good and bad. Because I think they're going to do that for Spider-Man 2. If y'all been paying attention to Spider-Man 2, think about it. The symbiote didn't save Harry. It flat out wasn't helping him. It was trying to get out of the tank. It wasn't attached to him. Otherwise, he would have transformed to Venom. The symbiote didn't do anything for Harry. It probably cured him a little bit, but it didn't do anything. The symbiote needs a host where it can absorb information from and amplify characteristics of it, which is why it knows how to avoid spider sense, it knows how to web crawl, it knows how to shoot webs, etc., etc. Agility, all that stuff. These are the things that Venom now has with the symbiote because it was on Spider-Man. So again, I love to see that. I'm saying, I just love to see it. What's up, Fuzzy? According to Microsoft's lawyers, they're saying that it's on the table, it's being worked on. So that could be one of the big surprises. Now the question again, who's working on it? Is Insomniac working on another one? I have no clue. Because Insomniac's already got Spider-Man and Wolverine. So if they're working on those two games, let's toss some other studios out here. Do you guys see Sucker Punch working on a Superman game? Can you guys see Sony Santa Monica working on a Superman game? Naughty Dog working on a Superman game. Personally, I don't think Naughty Dog would even have the time to make a Superman game. So I don't think Naughty Dog's doing it. I can see Sucker Punch. I could definitely see Sony Santa Monica, but Sony Santa Monica, I don't know. I think they will be able to do it, but I also think another game that would be great for Sony Santa Monica in the superhero genre would be like Doctor Strange. I think that'd be another cool one because they're really good. I think that'd be great. What else is it studio-wise? Haven Studios, we don't know what her new IP is, but that'd be interesting if Haven Studios was working on it, but I don't think that's her new game. I think she said, she's working on something completely different, so I don't think that's it. So, who knows? $20 to remove Big Mike's mod privileges. Oh, man. For a whole year? Whole year? Better make it 100 for a whole year. Make it 100. And you got the dough. $50. Nah, 100. Make it 100. This is my first stream back. Make it big, Red Hood. Do it for the people, 100. And I'll tell you what, I'll let you determine the duration until he gets it back. Bro, you're 25 off the goal. Come on, brother. You're 25 off. Red Hood. Come on, y'all. Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood. Still hype for Stellar Blade? Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about that game. Stellar Blade's going to be great. Stellar Blade looks awesome. When does that drop? Again, I forgot all about it. But yeah, that game looks great. Liza P. is another game I'm still hyped for. See, these are games that I've kind of been sleeping on. He said, we talking about Big Mike. I ain't going to you. It's going to me. You will get punished. Power-wise. Oh, it doesn't have a release date? Damn. Sucks. I've been tired of superheroes in movies and games. Wolverine might be cool, but I hope Sony doesn't turn into superhero factory. I mean, you think about it. Didn't I tell you this, though? Gravedigger? Didn't I say this? You're going to see them create their own... they're going to make their own MCU at this point. Now, if the Superman game is legit accurate, courtesy of Microsoft, Sony's branching on beyond MCU and now into DC. So that can leave other studios at other games, especially if the Superman game does super well, right? This could lead to some other things. Like, what was that? Was it NetherRealm that did the last superhero, like, crazy fighting game that we had? Where it was like Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, right? That was NetherRealm, right? Just think of how Sony would do if they had that type of backing. And let's say NetherRealm was impressed by them. They got some deals going. I'm saying it's possible. It's a lot of possibilities you can do with this. This can lead to Flash getting a game. This can lead to Batman possibly. Even I don't think Batman would be. Well, they could get their own variant of Batman exclusive to them. I don't know. But I'm not really... the MCU's kind of lost a lot of its flair, TV show, movie-wise. But game-wise, I think they're fine with the Sony backing from what we've seen. They've been handled right. But I don't know, man. Swim me up in here. But it's on my wish list. Liza P is set for August. Hey, my birthday month. August for Liza P. Oh, you see, you thought it was incorrect. Maybe thought they said Spider-Man? I hope so. Hey, listen. I hope so. I hope so. I must say that's a big release. It's a big snippet of info if that's true. See? But if it is, let's just say hypothetically, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say if it is and they do get Superman again. Who would make it and also who would be the go-to? Since Insomniac's already kind of outsourced with Wolverine and Spider-Man, if I had a top tier studio that I would pick for making a Superman game, I don't want to say Naughty Dog because I feel like that's the easy choice. So I'm going to throw Naughty Dog under the bus for this one. I'm not going to use that. I would either say Sony Santa Monica or Sucker Punch. Maybe Sucker Punch, though, honestly. Sucker Punch would be an interesting approach to a Superman game. Because you got Monolith making Wonder Woman, or EA Monolith, so there's that. Rockstar was working on a Superman game which was canceled, so I don't know why they give it to Sony. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it got canceled. I don't know why it got canceled. I guess they couldn't find the ground to make it work. I guess they couldn't make it work, but who knows, man.
So the word on the street is that this is the boss we will have to worry about when we're playing Wulong Fallen Dynasty. So the word on the
Hey, I see you, Eric. Okay.
Episode 9, The Last of Us season.
Battlefield as well, you still got...
But I don't know, man. Knights of the Old Republic is still being done. I think it got delayed because they didn't like what they saw in the first build. So they're starting all over from scratch, but we are still getting them. I don't know what David Cage is going to do with his group because you guys know that other developer is making their version of it. The guys behind Detroit was a Quantic Dreams. They're making a Star Wars game. We haven't seen anything of theirs yet, so I don't know how that's going to play into it. But we'll see. Hey, Red Hood, they got to use every excuse in their book to make this thing go through. Yeah, they're complaining about it being exclusive now, but before, when it was offered, yeah, that's true. They turned it down. Again, they thought they were too... You know what it was? I don't think they thought that Sony or Insomniac at this point could make a Spider-Man game that good. I think they doubted their competition, and then they paid for it tremendously. You know? That's like Sony saying no to Batman Arkham series. And, you know, let's just say it became exclusive to Xbox, and Rocksteady just did what they did. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, that's just them holding an L for doubting, you know, the talent. And that's basically what you say. So, it's possible. It's true. But that's about it. What's your guess on the release date for Tekken 8? The martial arts trailer was awesome. Dude, all the trailers are great. Release date for that? When is Tekken World Tour? They'll probably release it around... they're probably going to release it after the Tekken World Tour. So... whenever the Tekken World Tour happens will be the time. So let me see. I will check it right now. Tekken World Tour. World Tour. Yeah, 2023. All right. So, okay. So, Tekken World Tour 2023 returns with all in-person events starting at March 31st. So, we're going to get trailers leading up to March 31st. And then after the Tekken World Tour, they'll do the official reveal for the release date. Because after that, they're going to go into the tour finals, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Yeah. That seems about right. You might get it around that time. So, you might get it around now. And true, yeah, they probably did doubt themselves, too. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. That is the stream. It's good to be back. Good to see everybody. Hope y'all doing well. I appreciate y'all coming through. Everybody message me. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all be good, man. Actual content. Not the streams. So I'm going to drop those. So, got a lot of work to do. So, I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. And, yeah, man. I'm out. Later. You see early 2024. I mean, yeah, true. But I think it's coming out this year. See you later, dogs. Later.